Hello, my name is David Kauffman, and today I'll be giving a presentation on social media use in the workplace. To begin with, I'll give you a history of social media and its uses with business. Um, I will also go over why social media is an effective tool, some of the dangers that it causes businesses, and we'll also look at the future of social media in business. After I'm done, I'll try to wrap it all up with a conclusion from the presentation. Now, as far as the history of social media started as a way to get groups of people to be able to communicate over an internet or a LAN connection, and it's evolved into something greater. It's now used for communication, to hold meetings. It can also just be a way that people live their lives and show it to everyone that they know. Some of the business uses of social media are communication, advertising, recruiting, employee monitoring. You can hold meetings, and you can also use it to help screen candidates when somebody new is coming into your business. Some of the most effective ways that businesses use it are definitely communication, recruiting, and holding meetings. Now, with communication, you can use social media to speak in real time to someone who may not be in the same geographic location as you. That way, you may have a business that's spread out, part in the US and maybe another section in China. And that way, those two sections can communicate in real time and not have to worry about the delay of getting a message there too late or missing something. As far as recruiting goes, it's a great tool for businesses to use social media for recruiting, because that allows them to really see who people are in their everyday lives, rather than just go out and meet somebody in an interview and they tell you all the right answers, but then you find out that they really weren't the candidate that you thought you were getting. It can also be a way to advertise. If I go on social media and say that Dave Kauffman's bakery is the best bakery in Maryland, then that might be a great way for free advertising. For holding meetings, social media can be great also, which it kind of falls under the communication tab in the way that people who aren't in the same place can have a meeting together in real time and talk to each other and work things out without having to misinformation or just not be present. Social media can be a great tool for businesses as long as it's used correctly. But companies also do have to decide whether using social media is worth any kind of risks or damages that might be incurred from the use of that social media. As widely used as social media is these days, it's very important for businesses to find out whether they can get a grasp of it and use it to their benefit. It can create new opportunities for the business and also set up things that they may not have been able to access without using that social media. Some of the benefits of social media are you can find information to solve problems, support professional connections, which keep up communications, stay in the loop. It provides a mental break for employees. Sometimes you just work so hard and you're doing so much at work, it can almost be an escape into something that isn't work related, to kind of help you reset. And it can also help you keep connected with family and friends who aren't at your work. If you're at work and you're busy and your wife decides you need to stop and get groceries on the way home, that's a great way for her to just slip you a message and say, hey, go do this for me. Unfortunately, social media isn't all good. There are some downsides that comes from the use of social media when it's used incorrectly. Sometimes if it's something bad enough, it can lead to legal problems for the company, that because if you're using company equipment to use social media, it'll fall back on the business for having allowed an incident to occur. The future of social media is very important for the business world. As integrated as social media has become in our society, it's almost necessary for businesses to incorporate it in order to stay up to date with trends and markets. And those companies that don't want to use it, they're going to find themselves falling behind in the future and not being able to compete because their competitors will have that competitive edge by using the social media. So in conclusion, social media can definitely be a great tool when it's used correctly. If used incorrectly, it does have some drawbacks and can lead to some serious problems. But I feel that the benefits outweigh the downfalls, and companies should definitely invest in social media and take stock of how they can use it in order to improve their businesses and take advantage of it. And one of the main things social media can do is it connects us worldwide. Whether it's people or businesses, it gets our names and our faces out there. Here's a list of my references for my information, and thank you. If there's any questions, please let me know.